Is that really Jimin? It may sound like a simple question, but when a short recording appeared to show someone believed to be Jimin near a car, with another person seemingly nearby, the mood among fans immediately changed. In just a matter of moments, attention shifted not only toward the person seen in the video, but also toward one tiny detail that made viewers replay the footage again and again. Who exactly is the person standing nearby? Is the video really showing Jimin? Or could this be another case where a blurry, incomplete recording has caused people to jump to conclusions? That is what makes this story so intriguing. Because in the fast-moving world of information about Jimin BTS, even a few seconds of footage can make millions of fans stop scrolling. They zoom in. They slow the video down. They examine body movements, clothing, vehicles, surroundings, and even the possible location where the footage was recorded. But before we go any further, there is something important we need to remember. A video circulating on social media does not necessarily provide the complete context. The identity of a person in a blurry recording cannot be confirmed simply from appearance. And the presence of one person near another does not automatically mean there is a special relationship between them. Yet precisely because there is no clear confirmation, the curiosity becomes even stronger. Today we are going to take a closer look at this recording, not to turn speculation into fact, but to understand why this brief moment has attracted so much attention, what can actually be seen in the footage, and why Jimin's name has once again become the center of conversation among ARMY. It all began with a seemingly ordinary recording. The footage appears to show a vehicle from a certain distance. The lighting is not ideal, making the image somewhat blurry. In the background, there appears to be a building and several elements of the surrounding environment. Then viewers' attention shifts toward a person in the area. Text added to the video claims that the uploader was surprised to see someone referred to as Jin, or another person who was later associated with Jimin, together with a woman. However, another part of the text refers to Nung Jimintal, making the original context even more difficult to understand. And this is exactly where we need to pause. The internet has a very powerful habit. When a video is unclear, people naturally try to fill in the missing information with assumptions. When someone believes they recognize a face, the brain begins looking for patterns that support that belief. This is one reason why a short video can evolve into a major rumor within hours. One person says, "That's Jimin." Someone else zooms in. Another account reposts it. Then another account gives the clip a more dramatic headline. And suddenly, a recording that originally lasted only a few seconds begins to be treated as if it were definitive evidence. For Jimin's fans, situations like this can naturally be both exciting and confusing. Jimin is one of the BTS members whose every appearance can attract enormous public attention. Even changes in his hairstyle, clothing, accessories, or a brief appearance in public can become a major topic among fans around the world. So it is not surprising that a recording allegedly showing him would immediately trigger curiosity. But the biggest question is not simply, is that Jimin? There is another question that may be even more interesting. If that person really is Jimin, then who is the person standing nearby? That is the question that makes this video so difficult for viewers to ignore. Some fans may have been immediately shocked. Others may have simply been curious. And some may have reminded everyone that a public figure still has a private life outside the stage. That last perspective is particularly important when a video like this goes viral. We often see idols as people who are constantly performing, smiling in front of cameras, greeting fans, and appearing perfectly composed at every moment. But behind the lights and cameras, they are still human beings. They travel. They meet people. They spend time with friends. They interact with family members and people they trust. And not every person seen beside an idol automatically has a romantic connection with them. That is why it is so important to separate what can actually be seen from what people are merely assuming. What we have in this case is a short visual moment. What we do not have is the complete context. And that empty space between what is visible and what is unknown is exactly where social media speculation begins to grow. It is not only about the person in the video. It is also about how the footage was recorded. The camera appears to be positioned at some distance. The main subject is not shown with enough clarity to make facial identification reliable. The lighting also makes the image difficult to interpret. Parts of the scene are obscured by the vehicle and the surrounding environment. Under circumstances like these, identifying a person with certainty becomes extremely difficult. Even someone who knows Jimin's appearance extremely well would have to be careful before declaring that the person in the footage is definitely him. And yet, there is an emotional reason why ARMY continue to pay attention. Jimin has built an incredibly strong connection with his fans. For years, ARMY have followed his journey from BTS's early days through the many different chapters of his career as a global artist. Fans recognize his mannerisms. They notice his movements. They remember his hairstyles. Some can even recognize his silhouette within seconds. But familiarity can also create a trap. The more familiar we feel with someone, the easier it can become to feel certain about something that has not actually been proven. And that is something we should remember whenever we encounter viral footage like this. Do not allow curiosity to become a conclusion. Do not allow one blurry image to transform speculation into fact. Because when it involves a global celebrity like Jimin, an incorrect conclusion can travel much faster than a clarification. That does not mean the video itself is not interesting. Quite the opposite. The video is fascinating because it demonstrates just how much public attention surrounds Jimin, even when his face is not clearly visible. Think about that for a moment. A short recording with limited context, unclear visuals, and only a few seconds of footage is still enough to make people across the fandom stop and ask, "Is that really Jimin?" And perhaps that question is actually more important than the rumor surrounding it. Because this story is not only about one video. It is also about how social media has completely changed the way fans experience the lives of celebrities. In the past, fans waited for magazines, television interviews, official announcements, or professionally produced news reports to learn about their favorite artists. Today, a smartphone camera can capture a brief moment from a distance and transform it into a worldwide discussion within minutes. But the faster information travels, the more important context becomes. That is the educational side of this story. When we see a viral video, we should ask several basic questions. Who originally uploaded it? When was the footage recorded? Where was it recorded? Is there a longer version? Are there additional angles? Has a reliable or official source confirmed the identity of the person shown? Without answers to those questions, what we actually have is only a fragment of visual information. And fragments can be misleading. Perhaps that is why some ARMY have chosen not to immediately believe the claims surrounding the video. Instead, they are waiting for more information. Waiting for a more reliable source. Waiting to see whether additional context will explain who the person in the footage actually is. Meanwhile, the internet has already begun creating its own version of the story. Some people believe it is simply an ordinary moment. Others remain curious. Some think the person strongly resembles Jimin. And others argue that an idol's private life should not be analyzed endlessly based on a blurry recording. All of these reactions reveal one thing. Jimin's name carries extraordinary attention. But there is another detail that makes this footage even more intriguing. Notice how viewers' attention does not remain focused only on the person believed to be Jimin. Their eyes quickly move toward the other individual nearby. Why are they there? Did they actually arrive together? Or were they simply in the same place at the same time? None of these questions can be answered from the short clip alone. And perhaps this is where the story becomes more emotional. As fans, we naturally want to know more about the artists we care about. We want to know whether they are happy. We want to know whether they are doing well. We want to see them smile. But loving an artist also means understanding that some parts of their life do not necessarily belong to the public. Jimin has given so much to his fans through his music, performances, messages, and the moments he chooses to share. Perhaps one of the greatest ways fans can support him is by allowing him privacy when information is still uncertain. That kind of restraint can actually help create a healthier fan community. So, does this video really show Jimin? For now, we have to be careful. The footage shows a person who has been associated with Jimin by the uploader and by online discussions, but the available recording does not provide enough reliable evidence to confirm the identity with certainty. And what about the person standing nearby? The answer is the same. There is not enough verified information to determine who that person is, or what their relationship with the individual in the footage might be. But one thing is already clear. A very short video has managed to make ARMY once again examine every tiny detail surrounding Jimin. And perhaps because the answer is still unclear, the curiosity has only grown stronger. But the story does not end here. Because there is one part that is often overlooked whenever a video like this goes viral. The context behind the footage. Who recorded it? When exactly was it filmed? And most importantly, are there additional visual details that could help us understand what was actually happening?